It's been a year since I've set up the tea room a little bit more, and I mentioned last year that I want to find a bookcase for the tea room that I could use to hold art supplies, puzzles, games, books, and magazines. I finally found one on Facebook Marketplace. I have the day off of work today. I used some of my comp time. I have tomorrow off too, so I'm gonna go pick it up. I'm really excited, and yeah, it took me a year to find because one, bookcases are actually really expensive. And so I haven't been able to find one in my budget. And then finding one today, finally, that fits the space and has the look I'm going for. I'm going to paint it green. So I'm gonna go pick it up right now. And it's in Bristol, so a friend of mine does know where I'm going. I gave her the address and I'm gonna check in. There she is. My friends, the bookcase was a perfect fit for this space. I'm so excited and it feels like the tea room is almost complete. In this chapter, I'm going to share the bookcase I thrifted, some decorating I'm doing for the tea room for the holiday season, my thoughts on my Thankfulness November, and I'm going to share some art journaling with you all today too. It all turned out well. I let my friend Becky know where I was going. I picked up the bookcase from Facebook Marketplace right in Bristol. The man Tom, I can't remember, I'm gonna have to message him. He said it's actually by a New England designer that makes these bookcases. He says he has several and he's trying to let some go because he has too big of a collection. So originally I was going to paint it like a light spring green. And then I showed up and it was even more beautiful in person than it looked in the pictures, and even more than it looks in here. It's just a really nice wooden bookshelf, and I feel like maybe it would be a crime to paint it now, which happens frequently with me. I tend to thrift items. I'll be like, oh yes, I'll paint it white or cream or pink or green, and then I leave it the wood. But with this one, I think I want to ask him who made it first, how old it is, and learn a little bit more about it before making the decision. But what do you think? Should I paint it a light spring green to go with the tea room, or should I leave it wood to match the other wooden furniture in the room? It actually goes really well with my corner hutch, my art easel, the little side table I thrifted from Goodwill, and then of course the desk I got from Goodwill almost exactly a year ago. So it all kind of goes together very nicely. I don't have to paint it, but what do you think? Should I paint it green? Would it be fun? And then I was going to put my lamp that I have in between the chairs over in here, just right in this corner. But I will say I need to shim this because the floor is not even. I will say having a lamp here, all the outlets are on the wall on the other side, so I'd have to run a cord all the way through. So I think instead of using thrifting a lamp here, I might actually get a rechargeable one so that I don't have to run an extension cord across the entire room. But I think a little lamp here would be really nice, maybe a couple bookends with some books. I'm going to start putting my books on now and some of my puzzles and games and my art supplies, and I'm so excited.
I'm really proud of how it's looking so far. I still need to organize my magazines, and I think I'm gonna put a basket in it for like art supplies and watercolors. But I have to run out. I have a hair appointment to get my hair trimmed, and so I don't want to be late. I'll have to finish this when I come back. So the bookshelf is starting to take shape. There's a little bit more I think I'm going to do. Of course, I want to put a little lamp up here, especially like a USB rechargeable one. As I mentioned earlier, there's no outlet over here, so I think a little lamp here would really warm up the space. And I put a little pie pumpkin up here for now. It's going to become pie later, but for now it looks awfully cute. And I thought I'd do a little tour of the bookshelf. And so I have my Beatrix Potter books here. I've got my Cottage Tales of Beatrix Potter by Susan Whitting Albert. I love this book series so much. I've got my Winnie the Poohs. I have some Ella Montgomery over here. The Nearings, these are their books about simple living and the good life. Ooh, I do need to shim this up. And then I have some James Herriot, little puzzles. I bought this deck of cards from the Anne of Green Gables house in Prince Edward Island. It's actually designed by a relative of Anne, or not of Anne, sorry, of Ella Montgomery's. So I have these playing cards, Jane Austen matchmaking game, some floral dominoes, some more classics over here. I've got Babysitter's Club. I have this classic series over here of Frances Hodgins Burnett, A Little Princess. And then I'm leaving this spot empty for more books. Or perhaps I want to do a basket. I might do a basket at the bottom shelf where the flower press is right now. And in the basket I want to put some like watercolor supplies and art supplies. But over here I have all of my favorite magazines. Daphne's Diary, Country Living, the British edition of Country Living. I've got Country Home, Victoria magazine, The Cottage Journal, Bella Grace, Breathe magazine, O Reader, Wildflower, Bella Grace journals, and then some strawberry journals that hopefully I'll write in this summer and spring. And then over here are some more puzzles. I've got Laurie Pemberton puzzles and Beatrix Potter puzzles, including the minis. I just bought these ones. And then I have my little mini Beatrix Potter ones, but it's coming along quite nicely. I think it looks really beautiful. And this is everything I wanted for this space. The only thing is I was originally going to do a green bookcase here. I mean, I could still paint this green, but I want to learn more about the history of it first before I decide to paint it. So I did contact the seller asking for the designer's name and the year it was made so I could do a little bit more research. And I don't know, I really like the warmth of the wood though too. It does go really well in here.
But yeah, I know I did think about painting it green before I bought it, and now I'm changing my mind again. I do this a lot. I think I really love the warmth of natural wood, and it feels like a shame to paint it. What do you think, Monet? It is day 2 of using my comp time. I'm so grateful I had worked, I guess, all these extra hours so I could take today. I'm going to go out actually to the store and get, it sounds silly, maybe TMI, but I need to get underwear and undergarments. Long overdue for some new ones. And my favorite store for that is like Aerie, but there's none locally. There's 2 within an hour distance. So I'm going to go to West Hartford. That way I can stop by World's Market. So my plan is, I do a no-spend November every year, but this year I think I want to expand it and make it a no-spend December unless there's something I need to get. So I'm gonna do some of my Christmas shopping today. I know it's before Halloween, but this year I really want a simple holiday season. I don't want to be going to the stores, so I'm gonna do that today and hopefully be done with it, and we'll see. All right, I made it to World Market. I was at Aerie, and I'm actually a little embarrassed how much I spent on underwear and bras, but got stuff on sale, and yeah, no, I needed them. They're things that I need, and so it's not very often I go and stock up on those items. So I'm gonna go into World Market, do a little bit of holiday shopping actually. I'm really excited. And then I'm gonna go home and get outside and enjoy this beautiful day. But yeah, no, I'm really excited actually. I'm proud of myself, I think, for, you know, extending my no spend November into December. And I know maybe it's cheating going early in October for holiday shopping, but I've also learned early that when I wait until December for Christmas stuff, it's already sold out. So come with me, let's see. I like World Market, do you? It reminds me of like Pier 1 Imports, and I was so sad when Pier 1 Imports went out of business because it was like my favorite little Christmas holiday shop, and now for me that's World Market. I simply adore a Christmas nutcracker theme. I did not buy a lot of the treasures I'm sharing with you today, but I'm just having fun showing you what they had at World Market. I did bring home some linens. I ended up not bringing home the rolling pin and some plates that were nutcracker themed. The majority of my adult life has been spent in really tiny apartments with no storage, so I have no Halloween or Christmas or Thanksgiving decorations, no holiday decorations whatsoever until about a couple years ago when I started adding a couple pieces here and there. But now that we're renting a house, I have been buying a few items every holiday season to add to my lifetime collection that I'll hopefully use over and over and over again. I studied abroad in England, so I loved having the chocolate digestives, and World Market has a lot of my favorite British snacks, so I do pop in over there for that once in a while. And I did bring home 2 nutcracker pillows for the tea room. These are not filmed on the same day, but I did stop by Michael's that week for their nutcracker themed decorations for the tea room, and I did stop into Home Goods for a couple items as well. just enjoying this sunlight. It's a little chilly today. It's the end of October at the time I'm filming this. So but it feels like November today. It really does. And I'm gearing up and getting ready for my Thankfulness November. I've been doing it about, I think, 9 years now. And I did finish the bookcase. It looks super cute. I have some of my teacups and teapots on there, a little pumpkin. It's mostly my Beatrix Potter books and magazines that I like to read. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my Thankfulness November. I shared a video on it last year. For me, it's an annual thing. So it's just something I do for myself to practice gratitude and mindfulness and also to save money. So it started because about 9 years ago, I was very, very broke and really stressed out. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna find things that bring me joy without having to spend any money at all. And I'm just gonna practice gratitude. And I was like, Thanksgiving is such a small, at least American Thanksgiving, is such a small holiday in the US actually, compared to Halloween and Christmas. Those are the two people go crazy for. So I think people kind of brush past the intended meaning of the holiday. And so I just like to practice gratitude all month long. I feel like gratitude is something that we could take with us throughout the entire year, not just the Christmas season or Thanksgiving. And yeah, so my my Thankfulness November is just something I've been doing for a little while, and here's how we do it. So I, of course, still have to pay for my bills, for groceries, necessities, gasoline for my car, groceries, all those things. But I don't spend any money for myself. If I do have to buy a gift for someone, that's on the okay list, but I do try to be mindful with my spending there. When it's for other people as well, I also try to find no spend activities to do with my friends and family. Instead of spending, money to see them and going out, I don't buy myself any treats. So no teas, I don't go out for lunch, I pack my own lunch. And so I end up saving a lot of money this way and practicing gratitude for what I already have. So I did already start shopping a little bit for the holiday season though in October, because previously I realized that if I wait till December, everything's already sold out and it's busy and I don't want to shop in December. And I've decided instead of just doing November this year, I'm doing November and December of no spend. Of course, there will be some holiday exceptions because I might have to get some things for holiday parties or gifts for other people, but I'm not going shopping during the holiday season. And I do like shopping around Christmas time, not when it's busy on a weekend, but once in a while I do like popping into a store. But yeah, no shopping for me this year. The beginning of November is going to be a crazy busy one for me. I have another wedding to photograph, a couple other photo shoots to do, and then lots of photo editing from my October photo shoots. October, as I like to tell people, is like like the finance season, tax season is to accountants and financial advisors. So October is that busy for photographers. And so I photograph weddings, couples, families, maternity, newborns, high school seniors, boudoir. It's a lot of fun, but really busy in the fall. Everybody wants those fall pictures. So October means November and December are very busy in editing. And so with my No Spend November too, I'm going to be spending just a lot of time working on that. But I have a couple of projects I thought I would do. I want to slow down, especially once I hit mid-November, all my photo shoots should be done and I should just be working on editing here and there. And so I have an activity workbook by the artist Emily Lex, and this is her autumn one, so I want to work on this in November. It's her watercolor book. She gives you instructions and then a little sketch that you watercolor in. So it's kind of like a coloring book for watercolor, and they're all different autumn projects. Here they all are on the back. Super cute. I'm excited. I actually bought one of these as a Christmas gift for someone. So that's really fun. And then I want to work on art journaling again. I love art journals. I have to show you sometime my high school art journal. I did a lot of just collaging and writing, and I saved like ticket stubs and things, and it's quite a time capsule to my teenage years from, I think I was 15 when I started it, maybe I was 14, I think I was 15, all the way up until I was about 19 or 20. Yeah, and I haven't made one since, so I think I put a lot of pressure on myself too to make everything perfect, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go for it. So I got myself a new art journal. I couldn't find one with a hardcover I really liked. It has a thick cardboard cover, but I'm going to paint this cover this linen color, acrylic paint, and then once that dries, I'm going to cover it with Mod Podge and some fabric and make a fabric cover. I think I'm going to use this one here, this like floral print. It's just a really lovely fabric. There's some really fun ones in here, but I think this cream one with the yellow and pink and green is the way to go, although I do like this yellow one on top too. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm on my lunch break right now for work. It was a busy week. I did take a couple days off using some comp time I had, which was so refreshing, but now that I'm back to work, I'll be honest, I kind of feel like crying. I know I'm grateful. I'm really grateful I have a job, but I'm also really stressed out and burnt out, and I'm feeling trapped. I know I'm not trapped. I've been looking at other opportunities. It's just the job market's been really tough right now. And so if you're in that same boat, hang in there. We've got this. We'll figure it out some way or another. And focusing on the little joys is definitely going to help me, and I hope it helps you. And that's why I want to do my Thankfulness November. And I'm also going to focus on decorating the tea room and making crafts for the tea room. So I have some crafting ideas. The tea room this year is pretty much done now. But I was at Michael's craft store on my way home from a little work thing today. And so I popped into Michael's Crafts to get the art journal, and I saw all their Christmas decorations and stuff. And then of course my toxic trait is I can make it better. And I saw those garlands with all the ribbons tied, where it's just like a ruffle garland. And I thought, you know what? I want to make one for the tea room. So I got these beautiful light blue ribbons, light pink ruffles. I have gold ribbon already at home, so I'm going to use some of that. And there's this pretty, like, kind of a dusty bluish green aqua. Lots more. I have this light green velvet, this pink one here. Ooh, yeah, I got a lot of ribbon. I have a ribbon addiction. This dusty rose satin, this light green satin, and this light blue velvet. So I'm going to use these colors to make a fun ribbon garland that I could use for Christmas time in the tea room. So my decorating style, especially around Christmas, is very traditional, old school, like Little Women Christmas. I like very old-fashioned New England inspired things, lots of real pine, lots of red and green and gold. Let's see, I think vintage style, like tartans and plaids. So my decorating style is not the pink Christmas, but this whole room, the colors of this room are like this light blush pink, a light sage green, a little tiny bit of yellow, but also baby blue. And so the ceiling of this room is blue. The chairs are pink. The carpet has pink, green, and blue. So I think I need to go with the theme. If I make it all red and green, it'll just clash like crazy. So when I was at Michael's Crafts, let me show you. I'm going with a nutcracker theme for the tea room. I'm really excited about this. The nutcracker is one of my favorite traditional Christmas memories, shows, ballet. My grandparents used to play the ballet on TV for me in the 90s when I was a kid, and I would see the nutcracker. And when I got older, I started seeing it from the local ballet, and we would go to the Palace Theater. And I just love the nutcracker. I love the story of it. I love Clara with her nutcracker doll. My Nana got me a little book on the nutcracker when I was a little girl. And the nutcracker ever since has been one of my Christmas staples. So I thought the theme with the pink, the green, the blue would be the nutcracker. And while I was at Michael's craft store, they have a whole nutcracker station. Check this out. They had a lot of nutcracker stuff. I had a lot of restraint because some of it I was like, I didn't really like the look of their nutcrackers. This one's okay. But this one says Nutcracker Ballet. It has a beautiful pink bow. I love pink bows. I'm gonna put this above the door in here. I'm gonna hang it up, not now. And then I have some really cool Nutcracker pillows I picked up. I got them at Home Goods and then World Market this week when I had my comp time. And then I also got these cute candle holders from Michael's Crafts. I have a couple of these already, but I like how, do you see how it has like a bit of a sparkle and sheen to these ones? I thought for the tea room would be perfect. And then here's another horn, a French horn with a white ribbon to hang up in here. And I just think it's gonna look so pretty and Nutcracker themed with the garland I'm going to make, the Nutcracker sign, the Nutcracker pillows. I have Nutcracker dishes. And ooh, let me show you a couple of things. I'm gonna go get the pillows. Here it is, my unexpected Nutcracker Christmas show and tell. I went to World Market on my time off to do some Christmas shopping before my no spend November and December. And I got these really cool Nutcracker plates. So World Market has this really wonderful Nutcracker collection and I've been obsessed with it. But I got these plates and there's 4 different Nutcrackers. I'm not going to show all of them, but I thought it would be perfect for tea parties here in the tea room. How pretty. It's called the Sugar Plum Village. Very Nutcracker-esque. But yeah, they're all different. Let me show you one more. Not get it out of the box. They're all different Nutcrackers with little different treats and decorations. So very much Sugar Plum Village here. So I have some of these lovely Nutcracker plates from World Market. And I have a Nutcracker apron, of course, upstairs and some other kitchen stuff upstairs. But for the tea room, I have this Christmas Wishes Nutcracker little hand towel. I thought nice for the tea room. This one over here is also, look how pretty the blue ribbon. I love ribbons. I like light blue and pink ribbons, and I think it's perfect for the tea room. So there's these little cocktail napkins I got. They're different Nutcrackers. But also this year they have these new ones with these little mice kings here, which are also from the Nutcracker. So I just thought they were perfect to have together. And then at Home Goods, I found this, it's En Vogue Holiday Collection. Nutcracker tablecloth for the tea table. So I have a very Nutcracker-y theme here. And then for the pillows, these ones are World Market. How lovely is that? I like the light blue trim. I think it'll go beautifully in the tea room. I almost got this one last year, but I got it this year. I've been eyeing it for a few years now, and I finally got it because this one I think is good quality. I've seen them before, and I think the stitching was just done really poorly, so I didn't buy them. I was pretty disappointed, but this one, the quality seems really nice. And so I'm quite happy with this one. It depicts the Nutcracker. And then this set here, there's a pink Nutcracker and a blue Nutcracker, and they match. This little velvet light pink matches the pink on the sofa, or the chairs, I mean. And so I just think that'll be really cute. And so totally going all in with this Nutcracker theme. And anyway, that's all I bought. I'm not buying anything else this year for the tea room. But I'm really excited. I'm going all in with the Nutcracker. And that's something I'm gonna do probably at the end of November through early December. It's been really hard. And so decorating my home has been giving me a lot of joy. And now that I have purchased some really nice decorations and the tea room is pretty much done, instead of just buying more, I just want to enjoy it now. And so that's what the next 2 months are going to be. And I'm really focusing on doing some art journaling and watercolor painting and things that help me slow down and that I really enjoy. So I'm going to decorate in here. I'm going to do art. I'm going to read. I have the bookcase now to store all my books in here, and it's going to be a better season. I know it is, and I know I feel like I'm trying to convince myself of that, but I kind of do need to convince myself of that when things get hard. And I have to just remind myself of all the things I'm grateful for. And once you count your blessings and look at all those positive things, you're like, oh yeah, my life is so much more abundant. And that's actually a word too I've been trying to use whenever I get stressed and overwhelmed from all the work I'm doing. I tell myself, oh, I have an abundant week. Oh, I have an abundant month, things like that. And so instead of saying busy, I'm saying abundant. And these are all, most of the busyness is good things. Some of the work ones, not so good. But most of it is good. And so this abundance is positive things. I just got to remind myself of that. And yeah, so I'm going to use the rest of my lunch break to paint this cover because I think the fabric, the blue will show through. So I want to paint it first. Then I'm going to Mod Podge the fabric onto the cover and it'll be really nice. Side definitely needs a second coat before I fabric it. As you can see, I'm in deep need of a no spend November. I'm definitely, I think my spending habits this year have been more than usual because I've been so stressed with work and unhappy at work and unhappy in my everyday that I think I spend too much on things I really want to do and wish for. Things for hosting, things for crafting, things that I wish I had more time to do. And so paring back and slowing down and appreciating what I already have is very much needed. And I hope you will join me for No Spend November. So how you do it is you just pay for your normal bills like usual, but instead of going out to eat, you make your own food. Instead of going on dates or meeting up with friends in ways that spend money, like going out for coffee, dinner dates, activities, find free museum passes, go to parks, go for walks outdoors, make your own coffee and bring it out for a date or a meeting, have a picnic. There's so many free things to do, lots of free activities that the libraries host or have. You could get museum passes for free for most places in many states. And yeah, there's just different things you could look online for free events or workshops. So no spending doesn't mean not doing anything. Or you could just do crafting at home, find things that you love, like doing watercolor again, or starting an art journal, journaling, writing, blogging, playing a sport. I've been meeting up with my cousins and playing pickleball. So you can still do things without spending money. Another thing is anytime you do feel the urge to spend on something, take that money and pop it into your savings account instead. You could also volunteer your time somewhere. A soup kitchen, nonprofit organizations always need help. Museums sometimes also need help. You could find things that interest you and do like some volunteering based on those interests. So it's nice to give back as well. Instead of just spending, you're giving back. I'll be volunteering for a few events coming up with the Arts Council and with my job being a nonprofit. We have a lot of things that I'm doing for I'm paid, but there's things that are just unpaid. And so I consider that volunteering. And yeah, read, do things you enjoy. That's pretty much it. And also practice gratitude and mindfulness. I like to meditate in the mornings. And that's how you do a no spend month, a no spend November. You could even make it through December like me. Yeah, get creative, get enthusiastic, and remind yourself whenever you do feel the urge to go out and spend money in some way to practice gratitude for what you have. Instead of buying a new book, being like, oh, there's some books on my shelf I need to read, calling me out there. And instead of buying new art supplies, going to my cabinet and being like, what art supplies do I already have that I could use? Instead of buying a new piece of clothing, shop your own closet, figure out what clothing here do I have that looks like the outfit I want, and style it yourself. So there's fun ways to enjoy a no spend November, and what I'm looking forward to the most, I think, is just reconnecting with myself. As I said, decorating the home for the holidays with things that I already have, and making things and crafting with supplies that I have at home, working on my art journal, and reading, finding time to read, going out for walks and time in nature and meditation, and meeting up with friends. And I want to start my book club again. So that's how I'm enjoying my no spend November, and I'll show you some of my craft projects along the way and hope you'll join me. Thanks for visiting. So I have my Mod Podge and I have these Mod Podge brushes actually that I'm really excited to use. Monet's too. And then I have these fabric swatches. This one's cute, that's a contender. This is the one I think I'm leaning toward. But then this one's also really pretty too. Okay, so it's definitely between these two. So I laid it all out and I thought I knew what I wanted, but actually after I laid it out, I decided that I want to use this fabric instead. I don't know, it just looks cheerful, and I'm going for it. All right, so I took off the other one and I washed it so I could still use it for something else. Let me find, what's the best side? I think this one, because I'm gonna cover the edge, I think, with a ribbon. Yep, that looks good. Here we go, take two. So it's painted, at least the front side is, the front cover. Once that dries, I will do the inside cover. And then I think I'm gonna wrap a ribbon around near where the bindings go. But I don't know, I got it on there and I thought that's what I wanted. And I was like, it looks okay, but it's busy. I really liked actually the light yellow and the green. Green's one of my favorite colors. But I didn't choose it at first because I was like, you know what? It's gonna show stains and marks. And then I decided, why? This is supposed to be my fun creative journal. I'll do what I want with it and it's gonna get marked up. That's what happens. So here we go. I just finished the workday and already the sun is about to set. So again, that makes me so sad. I think I'm gonna go outside in a minute, but I'm really enjoying the daylight in the tea room. One of the reasons why I painted this room like this beautiful like cotton white, or I think it's called cotton white. It's just that it reflects the sunlight so warmly and beautifully in here, and it just is a bright, airy space. Which makes me feel really happy. And so yeah, no, I'm waiting for the book cover to dry so I could finish Mod Podging the inside part of the cover. Then I think I'm gonna put a ribbon around it. And I really like how it came out. I'm glad that I took off that fabric and put the yellow one on. It's just a more joyful, simple, softer color. The other one was very busy, very loud. And I wanted to show you some of the flow books. As you know, I love my magazines. There's a few I get every month, including Country Living, the British edition, and then seasonal ones that I get every season, and that includes the Bella Grace magazine. And then once in a while I'll get ones that have articles that really sound interesting to me. So I love magazines, which is why I will not cut them. I don't like using my magazines to cut up for collage. I don't mind using other people's old leftover magazines, but I don't like cutting up my magazines. If I buy a magazine, it's because I really love the photos and the articles in them, and I don't want them to be all cut up. So I did buy some the Flow magazines for paper lovers, the Flow, and these ones are made to be cut up. That's why I got them. So this is the Flow. They come out, how often do these ones come out? I think this one comes out every year or every 6 months, maybe, the big one, I'm not sure. I got it at Barnes & Noble, but it's this really, really big magazine for paper lovers. So it has notebook pages, it has wrapping paper, stickers, invites, place settings, stickers, lots of different papers and calendars and things that you could, little tiny notebooks. And so this is a fun one to cut up. It's designed to be ripped out, collaged with. So that's the purpose of the Flow. And they also have smaller ones that come out every once in a while. They have the paper book for food lovers. So this one's all like for foodies. Look at that strawberry paper. This one's good. Ooh, just really creative, fun papers. Ooh, gift tags are in here. Stickers and fun things, invites. And then there's the Flow paper book for nature lovers. So this one's all like plants, flowers, birds, nature colors. I love that one. And the last one I had picked up before was the Party Lovers one. I did not get their travel one. They have one for travel lovers, but it just, that one didn't speak to me. So I was like, I looked through very carefully and I was like, will I use these papers and designs? And the answer is yes. So I've been collecting these for a little while this year so that I could art journal. And I have them. So now finally I picked up the journal and I'm going to finally do it. So I have these Flow paper books that I'm going to use. I have washi tape. I do have a box of collage materials upstairs, crimping scissors, things for, I used to do scrapbooking. So I have scrapbooking papers that I could use, ribbons and odds and ends and things that I have, ticket stubs and all sorts of random things that I have for collaging with. And I'm really looking forward to working on some of these. I don't think I'll be able to start tonight because the cover has to dry, but at least it'll be done so I could start working on it, and just little by little, I think it's something I want to do while I'm in the tea room. And yeah, I really enjoy art journaling. Let me show you my art journal. All right, I found it and the big box of photo stuff. Here's the box of scrapbooking papers and clips and notebooks and all sorts of stuff. But this is my childhood, teen years art journal. And then this is the one I started, ooh, it's pretty bent up, years ago to continue it. It has some sketches and random things, but it's not as good. It's not as sentimental to me as my first one. But the new one I think is going to be a much more just lovely, positive one. This one's full of teen angst. I'll show you. Here it is, my teenage art journal. Oh my gosh, okay. What you see and what you don't. Very dramatic there. There's little photos of me with teenage photos of me. And those are rose thorns. And I'm pretty sure these are song lyrics. Wow. I definitely felt like my life was not my own to control. And I think you could see that with this marionette where I felt like I was trying to live up to other people's expectations. And life was just a show. So that's a photo of me with early 2000s Xenon, it looks like Xenon. What is it called? That movie on Disney Channel. But I remember there's Xenon, the girl of the 21st century. There we go. And Xenon, the Zequel. And my style was, I think, very much influenced by that. So my earlier photography work, my cousin on the bus with some of my earliest Photoshop work. Very romantic here. My first boyfriend. Oh, and this was, I think, a joke between my sister Jennifer and I. This one says, Mommy says bad things come in groups of 3, because that's what my mom said, and 3 people in our family had died back to back, and it was a really tough time. This is funny. This one here is my first ever, I played bingo with my Nana, and I won. It was her favorite thing in the world, and so she let me use her little blotters, and that was a fun day. And then I treated them out for breakfast, my Nana and my great aunt June. So yeah, these are just things that I've done. This was my journal when I did the summer program at Multicultural Arts and Technology program at Central Connecticut State University. I'll skip all these. Oh, my mom at work in the 90s. And then I think this is a letter she wrote me. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, no, it is. It's a letter she wrote me on the typewriter at work. My Sweet 16. Different birthday cards and notes my friends made me. I saw Hairspray that summer with the arts program. We took a bus. I'm not going to bore you with too many more of these, but these are some funny Sweet 16 birthday message. I was really into fairies and pirates, and so someone photoshopped me as Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh my gosh, my childhood movie poster. We took it out of my room and my mom was going to throw it out, and it was ripped at that point, so I cut out the Pooh and I kept it. I've always loved Winnie the Pooh. I got really into art journaling for sure. Ooh, that Mod Podge is sticking. Oh, it's an empty envelope. I wonder what I meant to put in it. Get motivated, girl. You have abandoned this journal during college apps and SATs, so work around it. Lack of materials? Who cares? Do something. Don't leave inspiration hanging. I wrote that in 2007 after my SATs. How do you measure a life? These are all ticket stubs to movies I've seen. Okay, let's see. Corpse Bride, Transformers, Star Wars Episode 2, The Pacifier, Night at the Museum, Phantom of the Opera, Evan Almighty, Stardust, Boarding Passes to where? Tampa. Meet the Fockers, Over the Hedge, Hellboy, Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium, Robots. Oh my gosh, Aesthetic X concert ticket. These are funny. Oh, there's more. Brothers Grimm, King Kong, Harry Potter, Madagascar, Aragon, Space Station ticket here, Dance Workshop, Monster Jam, the MoMA, Juno. That's funny. Oh, and another Corpse Bride. I did see it twice. Now you get to where I started college. Here's the college map, and I can't believe my college is no longer, it closed last year after almost 200 years. So, these special memories. Oh my gosh, this is when I met Matthew. He took me to Niagara Falls when we first met. And all those kissy marks are where he kissed me at the park. Oh look, it's MapQuest. Back before we had GPS. This is what we did. The first election I voted in, I voted for Obama. And these are all from the New York Times. Little articles. A lot of these are magazine cutouts. Oh my gosh, so I was really big into, it was National Geographic Adventure magazine, and these were the Young Adventurers of the Year, and then right after they published this article, one of the adventurers here passed away, and so I cut and pasted the announcement here on the article. But this was my favorite magazine, and these young explorers really inspired me so much. This was the best of adventure, and I was really sad when I found out of his passing. Oh, this is a photo series I did in my first year of photography. This is a fun page. It's Matthew and I in a photo shoot I did at school. And I put a printout of these curtains here. One of my college report cards. Oh my goodness. My ticket out of here. Look at this, I have an artist statement about this journal. It was based on my love of the photographer and art journalist Dan Alden. Who I am when I started this journal, who I am now. Oh, I was a sophomore in college. That's a long time ago. And there's the end. That's the end of my book. There you have it. Here's the second one. I never really went too far with it, but a lot of it's just college cutouts and newspaper stuff. I tried bringing it with me when I studied abroad, and I did a little bit. There's when I went to Cardiff, Wales. But I wasn't feeling super inspired. These are just like things that I just put in the journal. Oh, photo shoot I really loved. Stonehenge itinerary. Yeah, I did visit Stonehenge. Went to Bath in England. Yeah, these are things from my trip. Oh, look at these. Cardiff, Wales postcards. And I never really finished this book. I was just busy in college. Ooh. Subject. Oh my gosh. Sexism, huh? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Back when I studied abroad in England, here. Oh, I loved this one. It's beautiful watercolor work I did. My early photography work here. Okay, so this one's not all bad. There's some pretty cool stuff in here. I used to teach belly dancing. And I think that's it. All right, when that dries more, I'm gonna cut it down and then I'm gonna cover the edges. I think this ruffle, I just think it'll look so cute. I was thinking the green sage would be nice too. So conflicted. But the ruffle would cover the uneven edges pretty nicely too. Hey, turkeys. I just got home from a big work program and I'm working from home for the afternoon, but it's my lunch break and I didn't get the job. So I think I was telling you about how I applied for a job. It was my dream job. It was a children's librarian doing art and reading programs. And it was at actually one of it's the country's actual oldest public library. And it was just beautiful and it was a perfect job for me and I didn't get it. And so they wrote me a really nice email saying that they want to keep my contact information in case, you know, the spot becomes available again, which is nice, but I'm feeling pretty blue. So I thought I'd go outside. It's a beautiful day. It's actually gorgeous out. I got that auger. There it is. So I could plant some bulbs. It's the end of October, so I want to plant all these beautiful tulip and crocus bulbs in the yard before the ground gets cold. October is the best time to plant them. And so I tried digging them up with a shovel and it didn't work, so I'm hoping this helps. We'll see. I need to get outside and it'll make me feel better. And then in the spring, hopefully I'll have beautiful flowers. All right, the crocuses, I forgot, it wasn't tulips, I got daffodils. So I need to go figure out where I'm gonna put these daffodils. I think I'm gonna line the walkway. Daffodil bulbs look kind of like onions, actually. All right, so these daffodil ones are much harder because they're so much bigger. And yeah, there's so many rocks. So I've been really having to dig deep and go around trying to get these in. Okay. It's not as deep as I had wanted, but there's too many rocks. So let me fill that in with dirt. Bring in all the dirt. Hopefully that'll hold. My lunch break is just about over, so I finished one row of daffodils and I'll finish them up later today and tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna go in and get a drink before my next meeting. Oof. And well, it is hard to film here at night. I am just enjoying a quiet moment. You could tell I'm tired. And then I had a hard day, but I'm out here appreciating the sunset, sitting in the grass. It's the very end of October. Tomorrow is Halloween, and it's actually was in the 70s today, which is crazy. So I just picked some tomatoes from the garden. They smell so good. I'm gonna eat a handful of these and watch the last of the sunset before I go inside, take care of a few chores, and then take some time for myself. Fresh tomatoes are so good. I still can't believe I have so many growing. And there's deer right now underneath the apple trees down the hill grazing, a whole family of deer. And I'm watching them. I wish they were a little closer so I could film them and show you, but there's a bird in the tree behind me. I think he's appreciating the sunset too. And this is what life's about, really. It's the little moments. This is just stunning. And I'm glad I'm here to appreciate it. Happy Halloween, happy Samhain. It is a beautiful evening. I just finished work and already the sun is going down, but it's just so beautiful this evening. So it is at like about 77 degrees right now. I can't believe it. It's Halloween, so it's good weather for the trick-or-treaters. And many years we have snow sometimes, so I'm sure they're happy they don't have to wear their big puffer jackets over their costumes. And speaking of costumes, I'm gonna go get dressed. I'm gonna be Julia Roberts' character in Mystic Pizza tonight at a friend's Halloween party. It's a very last-minute invitation, so I didn't have a Halloween costume picked out, but I do have the supplies to make this happen, including a pizza box. So it's gonna be fun. Have a good night and happy Halloween.